Welcome to AminAcademy.com. Let us do the history of the Greek world in the classical period. So far, the story of Greek world in this videos has proceeded from a narrative of the fragmented Greek world in the Dark Age to the emergence and solidification of Hellenic identity in the Archaic period. The story of the Greek in the classical period, by contrast, is best described as the strife for leadership of the Greek world. First, Athens and Sparta spent much of the 5th century BCE battling each other for control of the Greek world. Then, once both were weakened, other states began attempting to fill the power vacuum. Ultimately, the classical period will end with the Greek world under the control of the power that was virtually unknown to the Greeks at the beginning of 5th century BCE. Now we'll discuss further about the classical period of Greek world. The classical period of ancient Greece was a time of great cultural and political growth that lasted from 5th to 4th centuries BC. It was marked by the rise of democracy, the flourishing of the arts, and the development of Greek philosophy. The key events are Persian Wars. The Greeks fought the Persian, with Athens playing the leading role. Peloponnesian War. The Athenian and Spartans fought each other. Death of Alexander the Great, the traditional end of the classical period. Noble achievement. Democracy, the political reforms that established the system of democratia, or rule of the people. Democratia, or the rule by the people. Greek drama, the development of Greek tragedy. Philosophy, the work of Socrates, and other philosophers. Architecture, the construction of the Parthenon and the other distinctive buildings. Mathematics and science, the development of early mathematics and science happened in Greek period. The literature, the work of Herodotus. Medicine, the work of Hippocrates. Legacy, Greek culture influenced the Roman Empire, which spread it to many parts of Europe. Greek culture continues to influence the modern world, particularly in the areas of language, politics, education, philosophy, art, and architecture. The dress code, the years of great classical period, the time when the very simple but highly sophisticated and superb quality of work was achieved. Greek literature, architecture, and sculpture were particularly fine. This was the case with the costumes as well, the designs of which can be studied in detail. Greek religion mythology. During 6th century BCE, the rationalist thinking of Ionian philosophers had offered serious challenge to traditional religion. At the beginning of 5th century, Heraclitus and Ephesus and Xenophon of Colophon have heaped scorn on cult and gods alike. The Greek mythology. The Greek mythological characters and motifs in art and literature. During the classical and subsequent periods, they became commonplace. The birth of Athena was the subject of East pediment of the Parthenon in Athens, and the legend of Pelops and of the labors of Heracles were the subject of the corresponding pediments and the metaphors. Very good architecture. The significant architectural work of the early classical period was Olympia, where a great temple of Zeus was built in about 460 BCE. This temple was the first statement of classical Doric in the canonical form. History of the Athens during the classical period, for they allowed to carry the supplies brought it by the powerful fleet in safety to the city, even when enemy forces roamed the Attic countryside. The paintings, this classical period, the sculpture. Next, Acropolis Museum. Museum in Athens, Greece, housing the archaeological remains of the ancient Acropolis site. The Acropolis Museum is an archaeological museum focused on the finding of archaeological site of the Acropolis of Athens. The museum was built to the house every artifact found on the rock and on the surrounding slopes from the Greek Bronze Age to Roman and Byzantine Greece. The Acropolis Museum also lies over the ruins of part of Roman and early Byzantine Athens. The museum was founded in 2003, while the organization of the museum was established in 2008. It opened to the public on 20 June 2009. There are more than 4,250 objects are exhibited over an area of 14,000 square meters. This is a nice look of Acropolis Museum. Now we'll talk about from the Delian League to the Athenian Empire. The Delian League was an alliance of Greek states led by Athens that eventually became the Athenian Empire. The Athenian Empire was dissolved after the Peloponnesian War. We'll discuss later about the Peloponnesian War, which marked the end of Greece's golden age. How the Delian League became the Athenian Empire. Athens became more aggressive. Athens began to act more like an empire by collecting taxes, sending colonists, and using shared navy for itself. The treasury was moved to Athens. In 454 BC, Pericles moved the treasury from Delos to Athens, which effectively turned to Delian League into the Athenian Empire. Athens used the treasury for imperial monuments. The treasury was used to fund monuments such as the Parthenon, Peloponnesian War. The Peloponnesian War, 431 to 4404 BC, was fought between Athens and Sparta. Athens was defeated by Sparta and the Peloponnesian League, which allied with Persia. The war marked the end of the Athenian Empire and the Delian League. The impact of the war devastated Greece, leading to widespread poverty and more frequent wars. It marked the end of Greece's golden age and its dominions in the Mediterranean. So far, we discussed little about history of the Greek world and the classical period. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.